2011's E3 is gearing up to be the biggest yet, and to help you prep for the gaming event of the year, we're sizing up the best upcoming action-adventure games. First up, bust out your parkour skills because the treasure hunter Nathan Drake is coming back with Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception. In this follow-up to 09's Game of the Year, Drake is leaving the jungles behind as he searches for the Atlantis of the Arabian Desert.
One of the best things about Uncharted 2 was the story, so I have no doubt that they're going to really bring a great immersive story to Uncharted 3.
Oh, God! The story this time, a lot of it's going to be on sand, a lot of emphasis on sand physics, but it also has elements, you know, kind of like a good Uncharted game and like a good Bond movie, where you're going to be doing some globe-trotting.
And while most fans found Uncharted 2's multiplayer extremely lacking, the game's developer, Naughty Dog, has taken this to heart and is upping the ante for 3.
3 is really trying to make the Uncharted multiplayer experience parallel that of the single-player experience.
With this outstanding gameplay and story, it's no wonder Uncharted has got us all buzzing. But if you prefer crushing your enemies via curb stomps and chainsaws, look no further than Gears of War 3. The cogs are back as they must fight off a new strain of mutated locusts threatening Earth.
This is going to kind of round out the trilogy, though I doubt it will terminate the series. What we're really seeing here that's a big deal is full 4-player co-op.
You're mine now!
It's going to be great to team up with 3 of your buddies and run through a well-crafted story, all chainsawing with guts exploding everywhere as you're talking a lot of trash on the headset.
You're an ugly bitch!
Beyond the improvements to co-op, Epic is also adding new multiplayer modes.
Everybody's really excited about Beast Mode because you actually play as the Locusts trying to fight this poor little team of cogs. So it's kind of the reverse of Horde Mode.
I love Capture the Leader. It's sort of like Capture the Flag, but in this case, the flag has a pulse and can bleed out, so that's cool. You just gotta meat shield them and then run like hell.
If the beta is any indication of what to expect, Gears 3 will be the game of 2011. And finally, grab a plasmid and load your firearm. It's time to head to the skies with BioShock Infinite.
BioShock Infinite takes place in this crazy, patriotic, steampunk, futuristic world.
It's similar to BioShock in terms of one hand with weapons, one hand with, if not plasmid, a different type of power.
In this prequel, you must rescue a young girl trapped aboard the collapsing air city called Columbia.
You're focused on a young girl who's really the source of a lot of the power there, and trying to help her out in a city that is held aloft in the sky during around the 1914 era.
There's a lot of things they still haven't talked about, and they've introduced a lot of stuff already. So I think that game is really going to make people stand up and be very happy at E3.
However, based on the criticism of the sequel, BioShock's mastermind and lead developer Ken Levine has returned to take the reins for Infinite.
Ken Levine is essential, I think, to BioShock. He is so daring in what he's willing to do with games. He's not someone who I've ever seen just sort of rest on his haunches, and I see this game going in some very interesting directions.
Expect to see a whole lot more of these games and other titles as we head down the road to E3.
That's the road to E3 presented by Ford. G4 will be at E3 all week long, bringing you the biggest press events and interviews.
That means more announcements, more exclusive hands-on demos, and more hours of live coverage coming this June.